So class, we are done with our chapter electricity and circuit and hope that you were able to understand this. Okay, please go through the book properly, all the activities properly. If you have any query, we will definitely one by one solve it during our revision work. We'll try hard to make everything clear to you. So I will try my best. If any question or query, you can ask me. Till then, thank you. Take care of yourself. So last day we completed up to till torch bulb, and we will today start with lighting up a bulb with a dry cell over here. So let's focus on that part. Now we have seen in our activity that cell or a battery supplies electricity to the bulb and then it lights up, right? So we can say a bulb will light up only when electricity is passed through it. Okay, if there is no electricity passing through the cell or it is reaching the bulb, then no bulb will light up. So how does the electricity pass through the bulb? There must be some medium which will transmit the electricity, because we are studying about cell, we are studying about bulb. Okay, but how it is passing, the electricity is current is passing through, that we don't know. So far we have learned that cell has two terminals. This we know, and we also know that a bulb also has two terminals, as I have shown you one here and the other over here. So they have two terminals, and if these terminals, that means the terminal of the cell and the terminal of the two terminals of the bulb, if they are connected properly, or we can say if they are connected rightly, the bulb will, or the bulb should, they will light up. So we will again see an experiment or an activity and find out what is the right way for connecting these terminals. Okay. So I will shorten this activity process. I would just say that the things which we have taken, that is for this activity, are the bulb, cell, and two pieces of wire, two different pieces of wire. That is, the colors are different. This one here, you will see this one is a red color wire, and this is the black or the blue colored wire. So these two wires are taken. Now we will try different combinations. Okay, in the first case, that is number A, here you will see they are doing what? They are both the wires from the cell are contacted with the two terminals of the bulb. So one terminal here, one terminal, this is one terminal here, and this is the other terminal. So the red wire is connected with one terminal of the bulb and the other terminal of the cell, whereas the blue is again connected with the other terminal of the bulb and the other terminal of the cell. This is connected. One more connection, and in this case, then we can see that the bulb is lighting up. Okay. Again, if the both the wires, if only the wires are interchanged, that means the red here was red and the above, and the below was the blue one. If we interchange them, the red one in the at the bottom and the blue one at the upper side, nothing will change. Or if we change the position of the wire, still the bulb will light up. So in both the cases, bulb is lighting up. But when one of the wires is connected with negative terminal of the cell, okay, that means here you see this is the negative terminal. So if the negative terminal is connected, here the terminal is connected, but the other terminal, here you see here the other terminal is not connected, it is left free. So this time the bulb does not light up. Again, if we do the same thing with the blue color wire, if the red one is connected and the blue one is left free, still the bulb will not does not light up. So that means the connection of two wires with the two terminals of the bulb and the cell is very important. Again, what we do, if both the wires are connected with the negative terminal of the cell, with the negative terminal of the cell, that means this is the negative terminal of the cell. So if we connect both the blue and the red wire with the single negative wire of the cell, then the bulb does not light up, because one And here also, if similarly, if only the positive terminal of the this cell is connected with the two terminals of the bulb will not light up in this case also. And why this is happening? Because the right proper way of connection is very much important. One connection of the or one terminal of the bulb is need to be connected with the positive terminal, and the other terminal of the bulb needs to connected with the negative terminal. This is very much important. Positive and negative terminal should be connected with two different wires, okay, and to the two different terminals of the bulb also. So this is very much important, and then only the bulb will light up. Now we will talk about electric circuit. What is electric circuit? Nothing but a complete path. If we make a complete path of flow of electricity, that is a pura a full way, a full road if is made from one terminal of the cell we will start to the other terminal of the cell through various electrical components, it is called electrical circuit. Okay, so if we make a complete path, then it is the electrical circuit. For example, here if you can see this bulb, in this case the full path is connected to each other. So this is the electrical circuit. But one thing you have to remember, electrical circuit are of two types again. One is the closed circuit. What do we mean by closed circuit? The circuit in which the electric current flows from one terminal of the cell. See, from this terminal, if the bulb is flowing, you can see the arrow sign over here. The arrow sign denotes the flow of electricity. So from one terminal, the current is flowing. So from here it is starting, it is going to again this bulb, reaching the bulb. The bulb is again transferring the electric circuit. So it from here you see the current is flowing to the other terminal of the cell. So in this way closed circuit is formed, and then the bulb will light up if the closed circuit is formed. But in this case, if you see here, a gap is given. Okay, so here an opening is found. The bulb is not connected with the cell through the wires, because it is left open at one point. So if it is left open at any point, then the electric current will not flow through it, and so this is known as open circuit. Okay, no current flows in an open circuit. Next, why does a fused bulb does not glow? This is important because this we all need to know. Why does a fused bulb not? We often say at our home that the bulb is fused. How? The bulb is fused how? Because the bulb, they have small filament. So last time previously I have shown you a bulb, but I couldn't make you see filament, because filament nowadays whatever bulbs are present in the market, they are not transparent, so we couldn't see the filament. So if any time you see the filament inside the bulb, you will be able to understand. As long as that filament is intact, it glows, okay, when connected to a cell. But a bulb will be fused when the filament is broken. So many times what happens, this filament is broken, and so the bulb will not glow. The broken filament does what? The broken filament does not complete the circuit. It doesn't form a closed circuit. As a result, current cannot flow through the filament, and the fused bulb does not glow. Okay, there are several symbols which will denote some electrical components. So you have to follow this and remember that a cell has this symbol. So when anywhere in your book or somewhere, if you see the symbol like this, it denotes a cell. Again, there is a battery. So battery is nothing but one or more cell. So you can see the symbol of cell is given two times. That means battery is one or more two cells. So this is a symbol. Lamp can be of these two symbol. Connecting wires can be of these two symbol. Again, if we talk about wire connected together, so it can be connected this way or it can be connected this way. And if a switch key is given and if the switch key is open, that means we have switched on, that means it will be open. And when we say switch key is closed, that means no gap or no opening is there. So these are the some symbols of the electrical components. So if I tell you to draw a circuit diagram, then you will have to remember that you have to use the various symbols, and then if you form arrangement of various components of an electrical circuit, okay, this is closed circuit and this is open circuit, using all the symbols which we have learned, so that will denote a circuit diagram. So in your questions or exams, it can come that draw a electric circuit diagram showing closed circuit. So you have to make any make a drawing from here. Okay, and then we talk about switches. Electric switch we know, because electric switch is a device that will make or break a circuit. When we switch off, the closed circuit becomes open, so it does not glow, the bulb does not glow. But when we switch when we sorry when we switch on, that means this closed circuit is completed, so the bulb will glow. And when we switch off, that means we have made it open circuit, and the bulb will not glow. So on and off mechanism in any electrical circuit will be controlled by always a switch. There will always be a switch. Okay, then we'll come to make a simple switch and show its use in a circuit. So here it is shown to make a switch. This is very easy class. I want you people to try this at home, and if you are and see if you are able to make this switch or not. Nothing is required, only thermocol or drawing pins, paper clip, and connecting wires. Then you will see that you are able to make this switch at home and show its use. And afterwards, when the school reopens, we will definitely try to use that switch in a circuit. Okay, this is very easy. You will be able to definitely able to make this. Moving on to why does the bulb light up when the clip touches the drawing pins? That is, it is related to the um, the bulb or the switch you will be making. So it is saying, why does the bulb light up when the clip touches the drawing pin? Nothing. When the gap between the two pins is closed, the switch is said to be closed, and at that time the circuit becomes closed. But when the gap between the two pin is open, the switch is said to be open, and at this time the circuit is said to be open. So that is the difference between the clip when the clip touches both the drawing pins. Coming on to the inside the torch, this diagram is important. This diagram you have to draw. I'll tell you later whenever we'll do the question answers. This diagram will definitely draw. So this is the inside of a torch. Okay, and there are simple model of torch which has been made. This also we can try and see if we can make a model of a torch or not. So this we will definitely do. I'll follow the activities separately class. Okay, there are so many activities in your book. We will study the activities separately. So we will see which activities we can do at home and which will be helpful, and we will get all the materials for it. So we'll talk about it definitely in other class, where I'll give you all the activities together. Coming to the conductors and insulators part, this is important. Now, what are conductors? Basically those material which allow electricity to flow through them. Like if we have a silver or copper or aluminum or iron, brass, graphite, they are conductor because they will allow electricity to pass through it. Okay, and the materials which do not allow electricity to flow through them, because there is dry wood, if there is sulfur, if there is plastic doesn't allow electricity to pass through it, so it is a non-conductor, or you can say it is an insulator. Okay, coming to the last portion, last page. All metals and alloys, they are conductor. Okay, because electricity flows through all metal and alloys. Rubber, dry wood, plastic, they are insulators. Electricity cannot flow through them. Okay, so electrical wires are always made with metals and alloys, right? And these wires are covered with rubber and plastic. So you must have seen a wire. The upper part is covered with rubber and plastic because electricity will not pass through it, and we will not get current from it. Okay, why is the handle of electrician screwdriver made of plastic? Very easy, because the inner part is made up of steel, and steel is a good conductor. It can conduct electricity. So whenever if we touch it, if we touch the steel, the steel screwdriver, we can get shock. Okay, electric shock. For that reason, what happens? It is covered with the handle is covered with plastic, because plastic cannot conduct any electric current, and we will not get any kind of shock if we hold the screwdriver even in our hand. Also, there are copper wires. Copper wires, you will see, are usually covered with rubber and plastic, because a bare copper wire will carry current, and if touched, it will give an electric shock, right? Such wires may also cause fire due to short circuiting. So to prevent the short circuiting and electrical shock, copper wires are covered with rubber plastic, which will not let the current pass through them, and we will not get any kind of shock. So this was all about the conductors and insulators, which are the very important part. So we have reached the end of our chapter, and after spending 3 classes on this, we are able to complete the chapter.